Welcome to the Champ and The Chump Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Corey Idle, aka The Chump. I'm not going to get used to that ever. And joining me, as always, going through your early as wide receiver projections, 20 through number one, Mr. Lou Willard. Professor, how are we feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great, and welcome everybody, or welcome back as we continue this receiver countdown. We're going from 20 to 1 today. We only touched the same position on the last show. Go back and listen to that show. And before we even get to that, hit that like and subscribe button. Help the show grow. Let's get that stuff out there. We're looking forward to interacting with you guys as we grow. That said, in the prior show, we actually locked numbers on number 28, which was Terry McLaurin. A little spoiler for you guys who haven't heard that show yet. Go back and check it out, where we do numbers 40 through 21.
It was one of the greatest moments in sports history. I'll be honest.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
I mean, after that show ended, I looked outside, news crews, they had already found out. So
yeah, you were busy with your interviews. I was in the driveway doing sit-ups like T.O. hosting my interviews. It was smooth. That looked good.
And we wonder why somebody's winning trophies and somebody's not.
That could be it.
Doing sit-ups in 10 inches of snow that you got up there.
Eating raw meat like a man. Let's get into this shit, Lou.
Okay, yeah, save yourself. We need to save yourself right now.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Number 20 for the projected wide receivers. Again, for everybody out there, our normal preamble. This is all based on PPR leagues. We typically do ours 12 team. Doesn't really matter because this isn't necessarily draft position. This is just rankings of the wide receivers. Literally way, way, way too early. And so before Lou turns this over with number 20, I will also say, again, if you take our list today and you're like, lock, these are the guys I'm drafting, you're dumb. Don't do that. With that being said,
That's true.
Lou, who you got at 20?
I'm coming in with Marvin Harrison Jr. at 20. I really think the new head coach is going to help him out. He won't have to deal with Kyler Murray, who doesn't like him for whatever reason, who wants to play Call of Duty all the time and not throw Marvin Harrison the ball. So he's going to deal with Jacoby Brissett, who loves Michael Wilson, and I do understand that. But he also featured Harrison, but then Harrison got banged up. I think it was an ankle or something like that he got banged up with. So that kind of took him out when Michael Wilson hit his peak and start his trajectory just skyrocketed. But I think he's ready for a breakout year because he's been in the league long enough to where we got to start looking to see if they're going to pick up options. They really start to consider that with this young man. So 100%. Now, I don't care what his name is. His dad's money is his dad's money. And he got out of college right before the NIL started. Mm-hmm. So he needs to produce to pick up one of these, $100 million plus contracts that these guys are getting, these $30 million a year contracts, which right now I would not pay him that. And for those of you who don't know, if you haven't caught another show prior to this, I am a former Buckeye. So I love my Buckeyes. But I couldn't justify giving him $30 million right now. So I'm looking for him to really have a breakout year and establish himself this year under the new coaching staff.
I love it. At 20 for me, I got Luther Burden. I know he's going to be a little higher on your list. The reason I have him a little lower is, one, it's a crowded receiving core. Even your running backs catch passes in this offense. Your tight ends emerging. You got other receivers on this crew, even though they're getting older or haven't yet stepped up. It is still crowded. And I think Luther Burden put enough attention on himself where he could struggle a little bit. Second reason I have him at 20 is they're going to suffer the same fate the Patriots suffer next year. Their schedule is going to be way harder.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'll give you another reason that subliminally, or however you say that, subliminally, you probably didn't even realize one reason you have him at 20 instead of higher is because you have Roma Dunze so high.
That is also, yep.
And they're not quite, and they're not T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
No.
So I could see And that's one, and I'm so high on Luther Burden is why I didn't have Roma Dunze in my top 40. So we're on the same path with that. And like you said, their schedule, that's a great point. I didn't think about that when I put, Burden up there, but he's going to see the schedules get tougher. You win, it gets tougher.
Yes, sir. At 19, Lou, I moved up. I know you had him a little further down. I think actually where I have Marvin Harrison is where you had this guy. I got Lad McConkey at 19. I think he is obviously pre-draft, which I don't see him taking a receiver either way. But I think he's going to be Herbert's favorite target in this offense. And I think he is going to gobble up targets, catch after catch after catch.
Yeah. And I know I keep saying it, but guys, go back and listen to the prior show when I talked about him. It's the same reasoning. And as I was talking about him, I'm sitting there going, I think I got this guy ranked too low. That's why these rankings are going to be fluid, because I'm sitting right here agreeing with you. I just got to figure out if I'm going to move him up, somebody got to drop.
So no, you're 100%.
That's the issue with moving guys up.
Yeah, I equate Lad McConkey to a Wes Welker, a Julian Edelman in those Patriots offenses where he just would run a little bump route, catch it, run 10, 15 yards. And then every now and again, he breaks one. I just think he's going to be a monster.
See, and as we talk more about the kid, the ranking already moves up in my head because I view him more as a Cooper Kupp style.
Okay.
Like he can be in that role. He's going to make plays.
Yeah.
And that's what Cooper Kupp was making them in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he was.
You know what I mean?
Son of a bitch.
This kid can make plays and he's going to make plays. Yeah. I mean, and I tell you, it's funny. I did tell you what was going to happen in that, but that's a whole different story. But nonetheless, she was there. I mean, if you take it more.
Thanks for joining us on the Champ and the Chump this week. Maybe we'll be back next week. This fool keeps running his damn mouth.
Oh man. But anyway.
Who you got at 19, Lou?
At 19, I have a guy whom I moved up, who you had prior, Alec Pierce. And I said prior that I would explain to you why, and I explained to you off the air, but he's a free agent, he's emerging, and being a free agent, he gets to choose his destination. Even if his destination, if this team wants to give him $26 million a year and this better situation wants to give him 24, he's a fool if he doesn't take the 24, which can lead to another contract. So for him not to be successful at this point is his own fault. It means he chose to go to the wrong place. And I don't think he'll do that. I got to believe that he's going to be smart enough to put himself in an ideal situation to where he's going to be able to produce on the team. Like, imagine him across. And again, for you don't know, I'm a Pittsburgh fan. Put him in Pittsburgh. Mike McCarthy's offense, DK on one side, Calvin Austin in the slot. You got three burners.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to get doubled because DK is.
Right.
But Pittsburgh can't pay him what he's going to. Pittsburgh can't be rolling out there with two expensive receivers like that. But there's a lot of teams that can pay him. If I'm him, I'm looking at Buffalo.
100%. That's where I was thinking as well. I was thinking Buffalo. I was thinking New England. Depending on how they draft, even the Rams could use another younger receiver. I mean,
yes, they could.
Imagine him in that offense. That's insane. He flies up my list if he's with Puka and Devonta. It's crazy.
Yep.
How are we looking at 18, sir?
18, this one, this is a guy that might get the black line for me at drafts, but I'm trying to keep an open mind for him. I don't know if it's him. I know part of it's the quarterback, but that's Teteroa McMillan, Carolina Panthers. Because I've seen the kid flash, and I've seen the quarterback not be able to look over the line of scrimmage. And they're not getting rid of the quarterback. I think they picked up his option, so he's there. So is Bryce Young going to blossom? Because if he does, this guy does. If Bryce Young doesn't, this guy stays. And he had a good year, but he could have had so much more of a he could have put up better numbers.
Yeah.
He could have put up way better numbers than what he did. But it was the quarterback play. And, and that's going to get some of these guys that's still coming up on the list is the quarterback play. But I got
Yeah,
Tannehill McMillan. I like his game, but I wish they had a different quarterback for him. Unless Bryce Young, they got to the playoffs, but he's got to step his game up to help this young man out.
agree. And I'll talk a little bit more about McMillan and 2 picks because that's where I got him.
See,
But
yeah, same area.
exactly.
Like for the people to know, I'm trying to get my picks within blocks of 5, and a lot of ours we're not on the same number, but we have them in the same grouping. So
Mm.
that's going to be real interesting by the time this thing wraps up in July and we give our final predictions, July, August,
Oh,
whatever.
it's going to be so different. It's going to be amazing.
But I'm
And
curious how many more numbers that we hit on being at players at the same numbers.
yeah, we're starting to close in. I think our top 10 might be off in every number. We're just going to stack and
Yeah,
mix
it's
them
going to be
up.
close.
At 18, I have Jamison Williams, Detroit.
Yeah.
I talked about it a lot in the last show. So as Lou said, go check that out. But to quickly go over it, I have him so high just because he emerged in this new offensive scheme
Yeah.
or with this new OC. He seems to be a lot more of a target for Jared Goff. I think he helps him on Amon Ra St. Brown out quite a bit. I think he helps out Sam Laporta quite a bit. And he is just everybody knows he's running that deep ball and you still can't cover him. So I
Yeah,
think he has
speed,
the
yeah, speed,
potential to
speed.
really break out.
Yeah, speed is speed. Yeah, because I had him
Exactly.
on my list at 26. So yeah, I mean, I understand that, and that's a good selection too. At 17, I may be a little low on this guy, Rashee Rice. And it's
Okay.
because I never know where the ball's going in Kansas City. It's like, who's that
Mm,
guy? Okay, now who's that guy? And I understand Mahomes got hurt and he tore his ACL pretty late in the year, but he'll be back. And,
yeah.
he might miss the first 2 or 3 games, but it's Mahomes. He'll be back. He won't miss a beat. Mahomes is good. People don't like him simply because they won. And I'll keep all my comments to the field and not off field.
Hmm.
So on field, they don't like him because he won. He's a winner. Everybody's tired
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Chiefs. They got tired of the Patriots. So it wasn't him because of anything he did on the field. But this guy, they also hand the ball to. So again, he'll get you that rushing touchdown, or he'll get you 3 carries for 25 yards. That's another 2.5 fantasy points. And if he punches one in, that's 8.5. Not to mention what he catches. And they said they want to get back to stretching the field because they went away from that. When those
Hmm.
those teams start bracketing with the 2 high safeties, the Chiefs just went away from the deep ball, and they need to get back to that. And this is a guy that can help that, especially with Worthy blowing, with his blazing speed on the other side.
100%. I think again, I have him a little higher, so we can get
Mhm.
more into him. But I think for Rashee Rice, he had a lot of factors that played into off the field into his season this year, and he
Yeah,
still delivered when he did show up. And then he lost
yeah,
to Mahomes. Obviously, that's going to tank your performance, especially in an offense that has literally ran through that guy. I think he is in one of those unique positions, being Rashee Rice, where no matter what skill position the Chiefs pick up, whether it is the running back, whether they get another receiver, it only benefits him.
yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
So yeah,
Because
I look for him to have a
because
really big season.
his skill set is that good. I don't care who they go pick up. He's not
Mm.
going to the bench.
No.
So it doesn't matter who they pick up. That his skill set is that good. That's why I'm reading it going, yeah, I got this guy too low. Already know. Already
Yeah,
know. That's why so we call it the way too early rankings.
exactly. And this one, you can blast me finally for being a homer. I have no problem with it. I totally understand. I'm representing Ohio State proudly. I have 17, Garrett Wilson. And I feel a
Oh,
little bit of shame in swallowing that name down, not because of Garrett. They don't have a damn quarterback on that team. And I
yeah.
know that that is red flag immediately for everyone. But in my mind, that's how good Garrett Wilson is. And that's how starved on offense they are for anybody else to throw that ball to
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, especially if they let Brees Hall walk in free agency and they don't bring
Oh,
him back.
oh
I
my Lord.
mean, what are you going to do? You have one skill position player, and his name is Garrett Wilson, and
Hmm.
and he produces with the lack of opportunities that he gets. So if they actually give him the ball, you're absolutely right. He is going to be up here. He'll probably crack the top 15 if they
Yeah.
if they utilize him. But so I like that. I like that.
100%. 16, Lou already talked about him. I have Tetaroa McMillan.
Hmm?
I said I would get into him a little bit more. I don't have much to say about him as I do Bryce Young, which is I have McMillan can be ranked higher because he is a number one. He is
Yeah.
a number one NFL receiver. I just can't get over like I don't know if I ranking him being McMillan so high because I want Bryce Young to succeed or because
Yeah.
he's actually going to play this well. So McMillan will be the one guy in my lineup, I promise you, will fluctuate the most. I'll have
Yeah.
him down at 30 at some point. I'll have him shoot all
Yeah.
the way back up. It's going to be
Yeah.
wild.
It's going to be a wild run, and the season's going to be wild for him as well because that's just who
Yeah,
Bryce Young is. I mean, I know this is receivers, but he's somebody got to throw him the ball.
that's it.
So that's where he lies.
That's it. That is it. Who do you have at 16, Lou?
At 16, I have T. Higgins.
Oh,
And the only reason he's not higher is because he has a Jamar Chase problem.
yeah.
So it's the only reason he's not higher. And not only that, the Bengals will feature Chase Brown and they'll feature Yosivas as well.
Yep.
And then they're getting some decent tight end play. So, and Burrow likes to spread that ball around. But Burrow, why wouldn't you love Chase Brown or Jamar Chase? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you not love Jamar Chase if you're a quarterback? But T. Higgins holds his own, man. When Chase was out, T. Higgins put up numbers. When Chase is in and he's getting opportunities, he's putting up numbers. So I don't see him being any lower than 16. And it wouldn't shock me if he finished in the top 10.
No. And again, T. Higgins, like Rashee Rice, imagine if the Bengals could go out there and snag themselves a Brees Hall. What that does for that offense.
See, you know what? Imagine if the Bengals could stop somebody.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I've given up hope they're ever going to have a defense.
I don't think they need a running back. Chase Brown is good.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's good, especially for this offense. He catches the ball, he pass blocks, and that's what you need. They need. Imagine if Cincinnati goes out and gets another lineman.
There
what
you
T.
go.
Higgins can do. That way, those 4 or 5 passes that Chase Brown are getting because he's got to drop the ball off. That's at least 2 more targets to T. Higgins and 2 to Jamar Chase, 1 to T. Higgins. That's 17 more targets a year if you're getting 1 a game, taking it from the running back. So that drastically, Cincinnati need a line. They don't need a running back.
Hey, I got a T-Rex at left tackle and left guard that can't block shit. I will happily trade Cincinnati from New England any day of the week. Who you want to give us?
I watched that, man, and I actually thought to myself, if Corey honestly believed in your heart of hearts that you could physically beat up Will Campbell, left tackle for the Patriots, that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you would actually go to Boston and try it.
Oh,
that's how bad he was. He had you fired up.
I would. Look, man. Look. Look. That's all I'm saying. Look it.
Yeah,
my God. Trip somebody, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. Damn. Trip somebody other than yourself.
Oh, man. He's getting the quarterback killed. He was getting killed. But nonetheless, I'm
hot.
See, I know I'm gonna get us back on track. I'm gonna get this show back on the road. I have T. Higgins. Where are you coming in at 16?
16 was my McMillan pick. At 15,
McMillan, yeah, 15.
I have Devontae Adams. Again, Lou covered him in the last show. So again, go back and get Lou's read on him. My read, though, is the exact same. If I remember correctly, Lou said 4 catches, 40 yards, 4 touchdowns.
No, I said 2 catches, 4 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
There you go. That's what it is. That is a number 15 wide receiver all day long. Yeah, with Matthew Stafford coming back, there's no reason to think this offense isn't going to keep clicking, especially with Puka taking away any kind of attention from Devontae.
And the only reason it won't is if Father Time finally catches up with Stafford, but because Father Time is undefeated. He's undefeated.
He is. Who you got at 15?
At 15, this is where I bring in Luther Burden. I was
Okay.
so impressed watching this young man play the last couple weeks for the Bears of the regular season. And then that, of course, I watched their playoff games. I was so impressed by it. Where has he been all year? Like, what happened? Because I'm like, I had heard of him. They had been talking about him. He was a topic of conversation. Then I'm like, dude had 1 for 10. What we still talking about him for? And then I watched him play. I'm like, dude, running wide open. He ain't getting the ball. Then all of a sudden he started getting the ball. And he's making plays. He just ain't making a play. He's making plays. He's somebody to be reckoned with. I look for him to have a complete breakout season because I think he's going to be the Bears' overall number 1 wide receiver. He wasn't the one that was drafted the highest. And Ndunze is not a bust, and nor will he be a bust. But I don't think he's going to be as good as this young man.
No, I agree. I have such happiness talking about Bears players right now. Uh Not because by any stretch I'm a Bears fan. I could give a shit about the Chicago Bears, but my niece, Sydney, is a huge fan of the Bears, and her excitement over just having a competent team makes me so happy for her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love the emergence of Luther Burden. I love the emergence of this offense. I love the emergence of Caleb Williams shoving his nail polished fingers right up everybody's assholes. Um, I'm about it. They're turning me into a Bears fan because they're hating so much.
The
So
Bears, the Bears, like I root for the Bears simply because they don't have any players that make you not root for them.
exactly.
I mean, they seem like a good group of dudes. I'm like, let's see if the Bears can win today. But let it
Yep.
be known, I'm diehard Steelers. Everybody else looking for second place
Oh,
until we
100%.
till we out of it. Then I just go, I hope they win.
Yep.
But yeah, the Bears got a good thing going, and I have a couple of my lifelong friends are diehard Bears fans and been that way since we were little.
I love it.
And I'm like, okay, y'all finally got a time to shine again.
Yep.
So that's good.
Reminds you a little bit of when the Cubs went on their run. Like, oh, good for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Oh, in that cute? He took the training wheels off his bicycle. Oh, that's awesome.
You're so adorable, guys. You got it 15.
15.
Oh, you already said
No,
Luther Burden. That's my
yeah,
bad.
Luther
You got it
Burden.
14.
This is the first official black Sharpie of my
Oh.
predictions. And that Sharpie will stay in place as long as this dude is in the league.
Can I
Drake
predict it?
London.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I wanted to predict it. Ah,
Who was you going to say?
I was actually going to guess Drake London because I've talked to you before.
Because you know how I feel about it.
Yep.
I don't want to trade for him. I don't want to draft him. I don't want nothing to do with him. That being said, he's at 14. My big concern with him is a guy named Michael Penix, who I was completely wrong on. I was on a mountaintop by myself when Atlanta drafted Penix, and we'll get to that in our quarterback show. And I'm like, that's a good pick. He'll be okay, which he still may be okay, but he just hasn't been what I thought he would be. Which he couldn't get the ball to Drake. But Drake, I had him, and then man, I couldn't get rid of him fast enough. He was giving me the blues. So instead of letting this young man, bless his pea picking heart, ruin my Sundays, I'm just putting the black line through his name, and he will be a top 14 wide receiver this year. And when I come out with more and more rankings, he's a guy that ain't going to drop. He might move up, but I know he's not dropping out of my top 15. And I'm still putting a line through his name. I don't need the frustration.
That is one of the most fun parts about fantasy football is when you see a guy in the draft come up that you know you should take. You everything about your team has been set up prior to this pick to draft this person, whether you knew it or not. They're available, and you still will not take them. I love that. I have 3 or 4 across the board that I do that.
Because every time you have that person, every time they screw you over.
Mm-hmm.
And then you trade them, and then they're Jerry Rice.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you had no catches when I had you on my team for 8 weeks.
Yep.
So nah, never again. Not with this one. Blessings will be picking hard. Not this one. Nope. I know what team you won't be on. It was called Bowling Shoe Ugly. You will not get a check from Bowling Shoe Ugly.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
At 14, I got T. Higgins. Blue already covered all the reasons why. We don't even need 13 of them. It's T. Higgins. He's there.
Yeah, yeah. I only had them two spots apart too.
Yep. At 13, I got AJ Brown.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't think he's going to be an Eagle for the record. But I think wherever he goes, New England, frankly, I think he's going to reemerge because most of these guys do, at least for a season after they've had kind of a messy breakup. They reemerge and trying to show who they are again, and then it starts to slide back down. So I
Yeah,
predict AJ to have a really decent season wherever he ends up as an actual number one without a Devonta Smith pulling
yeah.
targets from him.
Well, and the thing is too, your suggestion that he goes to New England is spot on. Don't forget, people, he played for Vrabel in Tennessee,
Yeah.
and he wasn't like right now. He's being a whiny little baby,
Mhm.
but still putting up big numbers. But he's being a whiny baby. That offensive coordinator held that team back by
Yes.
not turning these guys loose. Um, AJ Brown respects Vrabel.
Mhm.
He'll get the most out of him, and he won't allow AJ Brown to intimidate that young quarterback because that's what you have to watch with Drake May. When they were getting their heads kicked in yesterday in that Super Bowl, he started dropping his head.
Mhm.
And the players were going to him, man, pick your head up. And the head coach was going, pick your head up, you're fine.
Yep.
Look, he had a bad game. He don't need one of these receivers going to be over there screaming and hollering at him. He don't need that. And that's what AJ Brown will not do because of how much respect he has for the head coach. And
Yeah.
quite frankly, the rules that Vrabel laid down for the Patriots, first thing he told them, you will respect everybody in this room.
First
That's the
thing he
first thing
said.
he told us there. Yeah. So that's a great if he goes there, you'll probably move him up to where I got him. But
Yeah. Well, see, this is tough because we get again into what we talked about in the other show.
yeah,
I would love to move him up if he goes to New England, and I probably would with a lot of homer behind it. But when I read off my top 10, who am I dropping out? He's at 13 right now. There's maybe a position I can move him up, but I don't see a lot of my top 10 moving outside of the top 10. They'll move inside there.
yeah. But you don't see him moving outside the top 10 as of today. But then we got a draft and we
That's
got
also true.
players changing
Yep.
teams. That's going to modify stuff. Um,
That's true. Very true.
13, I have Michael Wilson
Oh,
and
wow.
Jacoby. I'm telling you, your eyes don't lie. I don't care what people tell you. I'm looking at who can play and who can't. Like no one else was going to give you guys a list. If you go watch all these other shows out there, which I'm sure there's some good ones, I'm not putting down any show. I'll respect the other shows like I hope they respect ours. Love to
I
have
will.
some of
Fuck
them
'em.
on sometime. I mean, I don't. I love to have some of them on. That's cool. But I guarantee you, none of them is going to have Luther Burden and Michael Wilson in their top 15.
No.
I'm telling you, this kid can play, and he has a quarterback that Jacoby Brissett loves him. Only thing that can knock him off the rails is if the new coach just don't see it in him. But if you don't see it in him, why'd you take the job? Because you had to know who you were coming to coach.
Hmm.
So I think he's in for an epic breakout year. And finishing at 13th overall receiver, that's one spot out the first round, far as receivers go. But
Yeah.
I can't see him being much lower than this. I really can't.
Dig it.
I know the quarterback isn't great, but the quarterback loves him. That's all that matters.
Well, keep roll. I like what everything you're saying. Keep rolling into 12, man.
Oh, okay, 12. Then we'll go ahead and go with a guy you mentioned prior, Cortland Sutton.
Oh,
Um,
wow. We're way off
yeah,
on a couple of these guys. That's awesome.
we're way off on him. And Denver had a problem they realized once Bo Nix got hurt.
Hmm.
And it was the fact that you never established Cortland Sutton as a brand that all your quarterbacks should go to. When Bo Nix got hurt and they played the Patriots in that game, Cortland Sutton might as well have been sitting watching it with me
Oh,
because
yeah.
Jared Stidham did not even attempt to really put him in the game
Nope.
as he should have. They should have been forcing him the ball because he's your best wide receiver. I know I got Troy Franklin on this list as well. But at the same time, this dude has the size, the speed, he has the hands. He can bail a backup quarterback out. They didn't have a design for him. I think they will realize that as I spoke on Minnesota recognizing what they need to do with Justin Jefferson, whom we'll get to, but when I brought up Jordan Addison. But nonetheless, I got not Nico, but Cortland Sutton right here in the 12 hole where I think he should be.
I like it, man. At 12 for me, I got Chris Olave. I think the Saints, as quiet as it's kept, have found their quarterback. We talked about it, I think, a little bit in the last show. I think Tyler Shuck he can play. And I think you saw Chris Olave at the end of the season, especially, really start to emerge back into Chris Olave form, like when his first couple seasons. So I right now at 12, I think that's a little safe for him, but he's one of those guys that would drop if AJ Brown signs with a different team.
Okay. I'll give you my input when I get to him.
Yep.
Because he's on my list. He's just higher.
Oh, yeah.
So who you rolling with at 11?
At 11, I got Rashee Rice. You're going to get Mahomes back. You're going to get he's going to get a full season. He gets a full season. Mahomes is healthy. Watch out.
And it's funny, as I was explaining him to you, I'm telling you why I'm describing a top 10 wide or top 10, top 11 wide receiver. Why I got him down there at 17. But so I can't disagree with that at all. Can't disagree.
I mean, look, dude, I would love to put all of these guys in the top 10 because I think you're talking about number one receivers on NFL teams. They're all so talented and so good. It's just somebody's got to continuously get bumped.
And that's why it goes more into coaches, coordinators, quarterbacks, because all these guys have hella talent. They have hella talent. Talent that guys like myself only dream of having. I mean, it's crazy.
Which is crazy because I don't have your talent in Madden, and I can design my own player. You know how depressing that is?
Shoot. So my number 11 is I let his name slip earlier, but Nico Collins.
There you go.
Now, I love this pick, but two things have to happen.
We were so close, Lou. We were so close.
I love CJ Stroud. Again, I'm a Buckeye. I'm a homer. But the young man has to get more consistent. His play is too inconsistent. And then Nico, I'm sorry, I'm Michigan, man, but I'm trying to run it down the middle. I'm trying to be legit. He is a hell of a player. But is he going to be tough enough? He can cuss is pretty easy. He's got that Olave problem. If he's healthy, he's okay. So if he can stay on the field and get better consistent quarterback play, he could crack that top 10. But I'm looking at my top 10 going, I don't know where I'm going to move him up. Like this, you might be looking at my top. Yeah, I'm like you now, and I don't know where I'm going to move these guys like up and down. They'll wiggle in my pods of 5, but I don't see anybody. I don't see Luther Burden going from 15 to 10. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Yep.
But yeah, Nico, I like Nico's game. And they want to run the ball, but they don't have a running back. Can you imagine Breece Hall on this team?
Oh my
with
Lord.
With that defense and those wide receivers and CJ Stroud, if he can just get consistent, that's a Super Bowl team.
Oh, just a little bit. Funny enough, I have Nico also at 10. Largely same reasons you said. And what keeps going through my mind when I was doing these rankings, oddly enough, was when I put Nico at 10, I kept thinking, and I said this earlier, imagine Garrett Wilson in Nico Collins' position. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is so crazy important where you get drafted. that will make a Hall of Famer or it'll make you a bust.
Yep.
Just because of where you get drafted. Because if your name is called in the NFL draft, damn, you have talent.
Yeah.
But you go to Cleveland, you screwed. Put Quinshawn Junkins on the Chiefs. Look out, because he had a good year in Cleveland, but he ain't ever going to do anything.
Right.
Different show. But yeah, number 10 for Nico, I get it. So we're only one spot off on him. I got 11.
Yep.
My number 10, this may shock some people by how low I have him, but CD Lamb, because CD Lamb got his bag already.
Yep.
And he did not quit. He kept playing hard, mad producing, but he has a George Pickens problem.
Huge one.
Who's about to get he's free agent, but they're going to franchise tag.
Oh yeah, they already said they were.
Which means he's still playing for a contract. And Dak loves Pickens. CD loves Pickens. They are going to force feed Pickens because Dak got his bag. CD got his bag. They're going to make sure Pickens get his bag. That's 100%. The only reason he's going to sacrifice some of his numbers for Pickens. That's the only reason I have him at 10. No other complaint about it at all because he is a dog.
And here's what's hilarious about that, Lou. At 9, I have George Pickens.
I guarantee you, she just had him flip.
Yep, that's all it was.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, the Pickens playing for that money.
Yeah, 100%. I have him at 9. The season he had, having CD drawing coverage.
Great season.
If you shift over coverage now to take away George Pickens, CD Lamb is going to eat. It doesn't matter which side you choose, you're going to get burned up.
You're going to get
burned. Both the Cowboys receivers are in the top 10. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, because they have a hell of a tight end too. So
exactly.
There you go.
Who you got at 9?
This guy's coming off an injury, so I'll get right to it. Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
A lot of people are not going to have him in their top 10 because he had the 1 year's rookie year where he was good. He got hurt right out the gate, sophomore season. Year number 2 in the league. So they're going, that's one deal. Yeah, but look, he got a feisty quarterback. Whether you like Jackson Dart or not, he can quarterback for me because he's a dog. He got some dog in him. He's a more talented Baker Mayfield with that attitude.
Exactly.
Now, that being said, if he think he going to keep running the ball and running over folk, him not going to be in the league very long.
No.
I'll see is to tell you right now, him's not going to be in the league long.
Yeah, you might as well open up your Call of Duty account with Kyler Murray
and which would be great for Malik Neighbors because then they get famous Jameis in there and slinging it all over the joint. But this kid is hella talented. He is a monster, and he is damn sure finishing inside of the top 10 in production this year. Period. I know they're going to draft Carnell Tate, who we talked about on the prior show. We love, who's going to produce. But this kid is roster proof. Put him on any roster, his shit ain't slipping. That's the bottom line.
100%. Who you? Where are we at now? 8.
You got to give me your number 9.
I already did that.
You have Pickens at 9.
Yep.
We're at 8.
We need your 8, man.
Well, my 8 is a guy who disappeared this year, but he'll be back. Justin Jefferson.
Yay!
We got one right.
Boom!
And so we both can agree he's at 8 because he had a quarterback problem.
Yep.
He had a quarterback problem. It is not his talent. He started to get frustrated the last 2 or 3 games, going to sit on the sideline by himself, but he wasn't confronting the quarterback. He did not go confronting. He just by himself, but he was pissed. He y'all giving me $35 million a year not to throw me the ball. What are we doing? I got a nice grill that's real, and y'all won't throw me the ball. I can't even get my gritty on.
Nope.
So Kevin O'Connell will realize the mistake he made. And if J.J. McCarthy doesn't throw him the ball, I guarantee you Aaron Rodgers will.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's who's going to be their quarterback next year. He better get the hell out of Pittsburgh, take his ass with Minnesota. But whoever quarterbacking is going to force feed him the ball because they owe him that. You give him $35 million, use him.
Well, that's it. I mean, he didn't earn $35 million because he's a great guy.
Yeah,
his talent warrants it. Pass the ball.
You didn't give him $35 million to take top off the defense? Damn. You go get some out the Olympic team to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Grief. You let the man produce. Where you coming in at number 7?
Number 7, I got your black Sharpie, Drake London.
You can have him. Enough said.
I didn't say I was drafting him. I just said that's where I got him at 7. Big difference. Big difference.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put him on your team.
I think he's going to. I probably will draft him because Chump. You know how it works. I think he actually has the potential to really step up this season. As we discussed, Michael Penix, he kind of emerged. If he can start off the season hot, and by start off the season hot, I mean 5 games. At the 5th game, they start taking off because nobody plays well 4 games.
Yeah.
So if he can take off, if they can establish, and most importantly, 2 things need to happen for Drake London to really be that dude. 1, Bijan Robinson does not come off the field. 2, Kyle Pitts continues to step up his game and play like he has. If those things happen, Drake London is a target.
And number 3, Lou Willard doesn't draft him because every time I do, he doesn't do anything.
There you go.
So he has a chance. He's already 33% there. Well, where is my number 7? Okay. My number 7 is this is where I have AJ Brown. This is where I have AJ Brown. You know, like I put on here, he's a little moody and pouty. And I'm only keeping stuff on the field because off the field, we've seen what he does. Great stuff in the community. But nonetheless, he just puts up numbers and you go, man, this dude ain't doing nothing. Oh, well, wait a minute. He got 85 yards on 7 catches and a touchdown. Wait, I've been watching the whole game.
Yep.
And his numbers are just there. So, and that's what that coordinator holding him back. You put him up there with what's your coordinator? Josh McDaniels.
Yep.
Shit.
Why are you making me talk about all these people I don't like? You got me hot just mentioning that fool's name.
Hey, I don't like Josh McDaniels either, but I bet he know what to do with this man.
Oh, 100%.
100%. And play with Josh McDaniels. Look out. He's going up from number 7. Like, I probably won't move him up on my list, but he's going to finish higher than 7.
Well, when we talked about it earlier with my pick of AJ Brown and moving him up if he goes to the Patriots, Drake London, Nico Collins. Those are 2 guys immediately that would fall if AJ Brown goes to the Patriots and moves up. I could see at the end of
my top 10.
At the end of the day, I could see AJ in that spot. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who you rolling with at 6? We're getting into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, this is where we're getting into the nitty gritty from the bottom to the top. But I had my man.
Just keep flowing, dude. We don't need to talk players anymore.
You already know where it's at.
That's right.
But anyway,
I got Curtis Blow on the channel today. Let's go.
You do. But this is where I'm coming in with George Pickens for all the reasons I talked about before when he came across you. He playing for his money. And when this kid, he's a knucklehead. When he get his money, he's going to knucklehead out on somebody. He's going to disappear and go back to being the hard-headed George Pickens. But right now, he's a good soldier. He's a good soldier because he needs his money. And he's earned a big paycheck. He's going to get, I think it's $32 million on that tag, 32, 33 on the tag this year. And they can tag him again, but then they won't be able to sign him because why would you go back? They cost you another year. So he's going to get that money, but then somebody's going to take a chance on him because he will have been a good citizen. But then when whoever gives him that long-term big money deal is going to regret it. But this year, I got him number 6.
It'll be the Raiders, by the way.
That's a Raider thing. Or the Browns.
Or the Browns, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 6, I got Malik Neighbors.
Yes, sir. I didn't expect you to have him.
Yep.
How are you finishing last in these leagues?
I
gotta be draft position.
It's, you know what it is? Conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. They're all out to get me. I can't be this pretty. I
expect you to have him.
I can't be this pretty and win championships. It's not fair for anybody.
Why not? I do.
The reason I got Malik up there, I'm just skipping right over that. The reason I got Malik at 6, I actually am factoring in, like you had said earlier, the Cardinal Tate draft pick. I think if he gets a receiver of Tate's caliber, it just opens him up so much more.
Yeah, for I don't care who you put over there, he getting double teamed.
Oh yeah,
but he may not catch the the crushing double if you got a guy like Cardinal Tate on the other side. Because
Exactly.
they have to respect. Wandale Robinson, okay, you're a 3.
Yep.
Go be a 3.
Yep.
You
And
be,
he's going to be a
you'll look,
great 3, by the way, in that
especially
offense.
playing between them two.
Exactly.
Yep. But yeah,
No.
I clearly like that. You got him higher than I got him.
Yeah,
But,
I love Malik Neighbors this year. Just I love him.
yeah. And so at number 5, this is where I came in with Chris Olave.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's for the exact same reason you said. We might not think that Saints got their quarterback. Doesn't matter what we think.
Right.
They think they do. And Chris Olave thinks they do. And get along great. And his target share is crazy when Mr. Tyler is playing quarterback.
Yep.
But he got to watch the concussions.
Yes.
God, I hope this kid don't get another concussion. I don't pray for any injuries. I can't stand the Ravens. I don't want to see anybody on the team get hurt.
No.
You know, we're not out here for injury. So hopefully he can avoid concussions and go ahead and have the year. And I think he is a top 5 talent. He's a top 5
100%.
talent. And that quarterback is a sleeper. When we get to that show, that's going to be interesting too. See where he winds up, because I have no idea right now, but they think they have their quarterback, and I know they damn sure got their wide receiver.
100%. 5 for me, I have CD Lamb. All the reasons we said Carnell Tate was going to help Malik Neighbors out, CD Lamb and George Pickens. I think defenses are going to have to respect Pickens now way more in that offense, and that's just going to free up CD Lamb to work a little bit more. And I would see him more as the target gobbler as opposed to the George Pickens big hit.
Yep. So, I mean, we all know who the top 4 are. It's just a matter if we got them all in a row or we didn't.
That's it.
You know, I would say
first?
we probably
I'm excited.
don't.
Let's see if we hit him.
I got Puka Nacua at 4. And it's nothing against Puka. We don't even have to talk Puka. Matt Stafford, Father Time concerns me. You know, because if Matt Stafford has to miss any time, his numbers are going to plummet. And sooner or later, it happened to Brady. It happened to Manning. It happened to Breeze. I watched every game of it happening to Aaron Rodgers. Father Time is going to tap them shoulder pads, and that's it. And that is going to affect Puka's numbers. And I still got him at 4. That's how good the young man is.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a dog. He's a dog, but Sean McVay will get a backup in there, and right now it's Garoppolo, and he'll be instructed, whatever you do, the ball goes to 12, bub. This ain't the Justin Jefferson situation. They're going to give him the ball, but I still think he'll be at 12, though his rushing could push him up to that 2 spot. But I got him at 4, and I'm sticking with it right now.
I dig it. At 4, I am hanging with one of my favorite players in the league right now. I can
tell you who you got. Yeah, I'm about to say it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. We just switched them, is all we did.
Yep. I just, dude, I love this dude. He's a PPR king. And if the over-under at him should be about 110 catches. That's
right.
That's top 5 fantasy receiver, period. And any of these guys, by the way, I won't include 5, but I'll say 4 through 1.
That's
on
what
my list. They're all the same play. I mean, just interchange them however you want. If you're like, Amon-Ra shouldn't be 4, he should be 1. Okay, make him 1. It's fine with me. We're talking about fractions at this point.
The only spot I would push back on that is I would say 2, 3, and 4 are in that category. I just think Jamar Chase he's in the league of his own, man. This dude, quit spitting on people and just play football. He's quarterback proof. He's making all these quarterbacks look good. But, so number 3 we don't have to talk about, because my number 3 was St. Brown. So we just flipped them. So clearly our number 2s are Jackson Smith and Jigma.
My number 3 is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh,
yes, sir. I think in Jigba, obviously, there's nothing that really needs to be said. You saw him all season. You saw him in the playoffs. You saw him hurt in the Super Bowl, have a decent game with a defense that was just blanketing him. So, all in all, top 3 guy, easy for me, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Sam Darnold is a dog. Dude's a football player.
Yeah, I was.
Fuck
I
you,
was happy.
Jets.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. I was happy for Sam Darnold though. I really was because he'll never live. He'll never live down the "I was seeing ghosts" comment.
Yep, he will now.
You know, he can say, "But look at that! I saw a ghost and they
Um,
brought me this." You
yeah,
know,
I saw the
so
ghost of Vince Lombardi.
I saw the go. There you go. But no
Yep.
better way to put it. So on that note, well, I'll go to my number two, which I've already said is Jackson Smith and Jigma. Same reasons. You know, this doesn't need to be a long drawn out conversation. We're up here. It is what it is.
Facts. Number two, I'm getting ready for Lou's ear pitching. Oh, I got Jamar Chase. And the reason I have Jamar Chase at 2 instead of 1 is T. Higgins is more of a target hog than Devontae Adams will be. That is literally it.
I'm just cleaning off stuff around me that doesn't need cleaned off. We spent, what show is this? Our third show? And I've spent 3 shows because up until this point, I've been like, oh, this dude know what he's talking about. Like, how are you not winning leagues? You just summed it up.
Okay.
You just summed it up. You're good enough to get right there, and then when the next time come, you fumble the ball.
That tracks.
So that being said, you're wrong. That's why it's the way too early rankings, and you have an opportunity to change this, sir. You have an opportunity to change your future. Mr. Idol, you are the captain of your own destiny. And if this is not changed, my son, you will not win another league again this year, drafting Jamar Chase as number 2 overall wide receiver.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Number 1, I got Jamar Chase.
Oh, you do? That's shocking. What?
Yeah, I know you was probably wondering who I had.
I was.
I know you were. You were probably thinking Roman Wilson because I'm a homer.
Roman Wilson. Yep.
But
I thought you were going to get Kenny Gainwell, even at receiver.
I mean, we could talk about Kenny. In a couple different of these categories, but Jamar Chase, he's just, whether you like him off the field or not, this is on the field 12-team PPR conversation. He just gets it done. He's just mad produces. It's just massive production.
And I'll be honest with you. There is the honest, no joke reason why I have Puka at 1 and I don't have Jamar Chase. Let me see Joe Burrow run a season where he doesn't get injured. And I'm with it. Let me see a season where that offensive line protects Joe Burrow and gives him the time to throw a competent ball to Jamar Chase on the regular. I'm with it. Hands down, Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the league. I think there's a lot of factors that play into Puka being a better PPR fantasy receiver.
And I understand.
And the rushing goes into that, like you said. His rushing category kicks him up those 2 points.
He could get 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns this year, which could flip that number. But for your exact same reasons, to play devil's advocate is why I have Jamar Chase at number 1, because it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. He's putting up these numbers. Now give him his quarterback all year, and he blows the field away.
100%.
But again, this is where we talked about at the beginning of the show. We're splitting atoms. We're not even splitting hairs. We're splitting atoms. You start talking about this top 4. This top 4 is not changing for me. You get down 5, and we can start getting some changes. But this top 4, I don't see anybody denting that. I just can't. Not till next year when Jeremiah Smith is drafted. No one's cracking this top 4 this year.
100%. And with that, we have rounded out the top 40 wide receivers for a PPR projections for 2026. Lou, I gotta say, I see why you're winning championships, my man. That was a good list you got.
It's subject to change. I mean, I got some. I mean, I saw guys on there. I'm like, I got him too low. But then I got into my list. I'm like, where am I moving? So that's where, just off the top of my head, I get in the numbers. Stuff will shift. But man, when we come out with our list in August, the same names are going to be the same, positions or be different. Outside of these I can't see these top 4 being different. Like your top 4 will be yours, mine will be mine, but we have the same guys. Like you said when we started, once we get to the top 4, we know who the top 4 is. If to say that's not the top 4, consensus top 4, you're arguing for the sake of arguing.
Well, exactly. We don't play that Skip Bayless shit here. Take that
No.
somewhere else. We're not going
Yeah,
to
we're
do
not.
that. That's
No.
I'm not going to shout and rant and rave just for the sake of shouting and ranting and raving. I do that on my own. Pick a topic. I'll figure out a way to do it. I'm not going
Exactly.
to do it about fantasy football. With that, Lou, do you got anything else for our fine friends?
Nope. Again, thanks for tuning in. But please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share the show. We're getting the merch lined up in the merch. That way you'll be able to go in there and get some merch, rock our gear. Looking forward to getting this thing off and shooting it to the moon.
That's it. And I will end it the same way I always do. Check us out over at calibrationmediagroup.com. That is our podcasting network home. You can find our show there. You can also find fantastic shows like Fashion Beyond 50 with the incomparable Mindy styling ladies well into their 50s and beyond. You can also find Kiss the Reviews, a R-rated movie review comedy show hosted by our producer Armando DiBernardo. You can also find Lou's fantastic interview show, Backstage Buckeye, where he is interviewing former Ohio State athletes about life after sports. And with that, we wish you a fantastic evening, and we will catch you on the flip side. For Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. Peace.